In this recording, we will review how to incorporate new weather data and new weather station and all its data into DSSAT 4.6. Within the tools of DSSAT 4.6, we click on weather data and we're gonna use the import feature. We have to look for the import raw data. When we check on import raw data, a small worksheet appears where we can import weather files that we have with other formats. In this case, we have downloaded into our computer our file with weather data corresponding to the weather station at Hinojosa in the province of Cordoba in Spain. Here we have different variables. We're gonna remove the first row to avoid confusion with the titles. The first row is the date, so we right click on the date and we can choose a variable and the units. For date, we have different possibilities. In this case, what we want is day, month, and year. Okay. The following column are days of the year. We don't need that, so we're gonna delete that column. Okay. The following column, we right click on that. That is rainfall. So we choose in variables, we get rain and the units are millimeters, so they are okay. We click OK. The following one is the maximum temperature. We'll right click over here and choose Tmax, degrees centigrade, so it's okay. The following, we don't need it, we just delete it. The following one is minimum temperature. Okay, right click on that, choose variable minimum temperature, degrees, that's okay. The following one, we don't need it, so we delete. Okay. The following one is mean temperature, average temperature. We don't need that. Okay, excuse me. So we delete it. Okay, the following one is maximum relative humidity. The following is minimum, and the following is the mean relative humidity. We're gonna use directly the mean relative humidity, so we don't need this one. Delete the column. Now we also delete this one, and we right click over here and we choose relative humidity. Okay. The following one is wind speed. Okay. Click on wind. Units are kilometer, but the units of the data we have downloaded are meter per second. So we change this. And then we change this multiplier. We keep the offset in 0, but the multiplier is set to 1 to avoid changing the values. Okay, we have already rain, temperature, humidity, and wind. The following columns are, this is wind direction, this is, what is that? Okay. This is solar radiation. Okay, let's remove wind direction. Let's import solar radiation. Right click here. Sorry, for date, SRAD, megajoule per square meter per day, that's okay. And the last one is calculated reference CTO. We don't need that, so we remove the column. Okay, once we have this, we can import the data into Weather Manager. It tells us that there is a duplicate line. So two rows have the same date. We go there, we see that we have two values for December 29th of 2015. Well, we should check which is the right one, but to be quick with this example, we will remove the second value. What we do is remove the row. Okay, then we go and import the data into the Weather Manager. We will create a new climate station database and merge there the data. And we will discard the raw data after importing. We will call the weather station HI for Hinojosa, and then we will write SP for Spain. Okay, so the code for the weather files will be HISP. Click on Save, and for this location we already know that the latitude is 38 degrees 30 minutes, while the longitude is 5 degrees 6 minutes. The elevation is 543 meters. Click OK, and then we see that it has been reading the data and checking the ranges of the data. With this check, it is controlling if the values of the weather variables are within preset ranges that we have defined while importing the data. It's almost done. Now we have another page about the description. In Hinojosa, we can choose the climate type. In this case, it's Mediterranean. We already had new 38, 30 north and 5, 6 west, and the elevation is 543 meter. Click on update. The data were captured. Now we can save the data and export the data to create climatic files to be used with DSSAT 4.6. Here we see the start and the end of the weather data, and we can write for each year a single file or a single file for all the years that we have. The file format for the output might be ICASA format or DSSAT for version 4, which is the one that we have selected. We click on Write Files, and the weather file will have been created. We'll check on that later. So, in this tutorial, what we have already done is import weather data in another format that we had on a given file, and we have incorporated that into the Weather Manager database, and we have created climatic files to be used for simulation later with DSSAT 4.6. Apart from incorporating that information, we can already see some statistics on the weather data. For instance, these are the mean values of solar radiation for the different months, the mean values of maximum temperature, minimum temperature, rainfall. You see how the values during the summer are very low. We are in a Mediterranean climate. This is the number of wet days, etc. Okay, now we can exit the Weatherman.